Right, so at last, I'm back in the studio at the shipyard with the Avenger. It's been a while since I shot the last video. The last time I filmed this or did anything to the ship was Spiel, which was near the end of last year. We're now up to April 2015, so this is actually just over a year since I started on the ship. I started building it, started designing it kind of 14, 15 months ago. So I haven't really been able to do anything to the ship since Spiel because we haven't had another big show, and there's been so many other priorities. Like in the last couple of months, I've done all the new commanders, all the special edition commanders. I've done some actual real miniatures for the spaceship game. Done various different ones. I've done the battleship, I've done cruiser, heavy cruiser. I've done these strike carriers. We've got miniatures for these. It's about that big in spaceship game scale, which is a 50th of 10 mil, so I guess 0.2 mil scale, something like that. So now Salute is approaching once again, and originally I wanted this done last year for Salute, so this time it's a second bite at the apple to try and get this thing actually finished for Salute. It's all in here at the moment built. It wouldn't normally be like this, but it's like this because I've used it for a basis for photography for a schematic, which I've done. So there's a really nice kind of colour backlit render of the ship from side on with labelling all the different parts and things. I've been working on that over the last couple of days, and that's finished. So now that's done with, I've specified the new base for it to sit on. So now I can take the thing apart again and get on with painting, which is really the only job left because the build is finished. Now, all the doors and the dropships are missing from this deck. There was no need to put them in. So now it's just a case of bringing them all downstairs to the balcony and start spraying them. I've got some help for that because it's pretty big. Ultimately, last time I did it, weathering powder ended up settling everywhere up here. Every single surface had like black weathering powder on, and I looked like a Victorian chimney sweep by the end of it, and that was just weathering the bottom. So weathering the whole ship, the rest of it, I gotta say I'm not looking forward to it. It'll be better with help, and as much of it, the forecast is good this week, so as much of the weathering that can be done outside of the office, the better. So we're going to do the really crude top level weathering and spraying outside, and then bring it all back up here for the levels. Now I've got 2 weeks between now and Salute to get it to as far along a stage as I can manage in the time. I mean, the paint job for this really is a case of how long I've got to spend on it, because I could, as an obsessive painter, I could spend a year painting this because of the level of detail, but I don't have a year, I've got 2 weeks. So I'll do my best in the time. We've got decals on order as well for all the numbering for all the doors and the ship name and all those kind of things, which is really cool, and they took me ages as well, and they've gone off to print now, so I'm hoping that they turn up early next week, giving me a few days to put the decals on at the end just before Salute, which is in 14 days time, which is crunch time. And then, to be honest, after Salute, that's probably it in terms of time I've got to spend on this, because there's so many projects on the go right now that, and I really would like to say that I've finished this thing off, and I almost have now. You can see it built. It is the size of the shipyard. It is huge. I did say it was going to take up the whole room, and it pretty much has done. I'm really happy with it so far, and I'm just hoping that I can do it justice with a decent paint scheme in the short amount of time I've got. So I'm going to keep you informed and catch up every now and again as I go through the paint job. I'm going to look progressively more and more tired. I've just had a rare weekend off, so I'm feeling quite awake and up to some painting. Ask me again in 2 weeks and we'll see what I look like. So I'll check in soon.